Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Talking Wrestling TXN. This is Girl MF Michael Fletcher alongside Anthony Floyo and Michael Bullock. Sorry for the late start time. A couple of guys were coming in a little late, and we actually had a pretty good XFL game. The DC Defenders and the Seattle squad going all the way to the wire, and well, let's wait a little bit while we get this all situated. So we're on. Say it, so we're gonna start it right now. We're jumping it off. Obviously, Elimination Chamber last night from the Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and we started off with the women's Elimination Chamber match, where the winner would get the opportunity to face off with Bianca Belair at WrestleMania for the Raw Women's Championship. And our participants in the match, in this matchup, was was Natalia and Liv Morgan. They started off the match alongside Raquel Rodriguez, Nikki Cross, Carmella, and Asuka. When it was all said and done, the winner of the bout in 19 minutes and 30 seconds, and now the number one contender for the Raw Women's Championship, and the woman that'll get to face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania is the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. She wins it all. Look, fine match, good battle, good fight. Enjoyable. I thought no problem with it. I liked how the body of work went down, but it was never in doubt. I think we all can agree that was how the match was supposed to go. We were all hoping that Asuka was going to win it. She does. Now she gets the golden opportunity. She gets the chance of a lifetime to now face off with Bianca Belair at WrestleMania. To me, three and a half stars. There was some moments where it wasn't perfect. There was some mistakes done, some not so great moments in the fight. But at the end of the day, they did an amazing job. It was a solid battle. I got nothing more to say. So Anthony Floyo, come on in, my friend. Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, has punched her ticket to WrestleMania.
To the surprise of none of us. So this was a smartly laid out match that played to the strengths of the talent involved while properly highlighting the key figures involved. Liv Morgan bumped all over, coming across as a fighter all the way until she passed out while in the clutches of Asuka and Natalia. Rodriguez powered through the opposition, and Carmella outsmarted everyone. Asuka, though, was unstoppable from the moment she exploded out of her pod and will now return to a stage where some of her greatest disappointments have occurred. She lost her first match in WWE at WrestleMania, dropped tag team gold, and gave Rhea Ripley her first win on the grand stage 2 years ago. This is a shot at redemption for the Empress of Tomorrow against a woman who has quickly established herself as Ms. WrestleMania. A win completes one of Triple H's great reclamation projects. A loss may strengthen Belair's legacy, but begs the question, what was the point of the relaunch of the Empress? That the outcome of that match is not readily apparent makes it one of the more intriguing on what is shaping up to be an extraordinary card. Big home pop for Natty, as expected. Cross played up that she was afraid of the containment of the pod. She's so good and in command of her character. Rodriguez exploded into the match to a surprising pop from a Montreal crowd that was red hot for everyone at the top of this show. Nikki jumped off the top of Carmella's pod, wiping out the opposition. And Morgan delivered a sunset flip powerbomb off of Asuka's pod to Raquel Rodriguez, who stood on the middle rope. Carmella failed to take advantage of the spot, ending only a 2 count. And yeah, I will give this about 3.5, maybe 3 3/4 of a star for the effort. So not much more for me to say on this. No surprise with the outcome. We all knew Asuka was going to win, and I think it's now we're going to have to think about what's going to happen at WrestleMania now. I mean, you can make a case for either of them. I mean, do you want to have Bianca as the new Miss WrestleMania after what she's done the last 2 years at WrestleMania, winning the SmackDown and Raw Women's Championships each of the last 2 years? against Sasha and Becky. I mean, that's a WrestleMania legacy all alone right there. And it's been and it will be a year for Bianca as champion. So she's had a great run with it. But I think right about now we give the belt to Asuka, and then you can have Asuka be a dominant champion, and then have the money of not only Bianca chasing her, but all the other Raw women chasing after her. Because if she wins that title, or I should say when she wins that title at WrestleMania, because I think she's going to win it at WrestleMania, she's going to hold that thing for as long as she wants to, especially with this new look. Yeah, good luck trying to dethrone her. Her reign could be longer than Bianca's for all we know. So we'll see what happens. But we got 6 weeks to think about it. So we'll be previewing that on, I believe it is March 30th, on a special Thursday night edition of Talking Wrestling TXN in place of TXN Sportsworld, because we're taking the next night off so we can not only enjoy the SmackDown, but also mainly the Hall of Fame, because we always want to enjoy the Hall of Fame. So, but anywho, 3.5, 3 3/4. That's my rating for this. So, Michael Bullock, no surprise about the outcome, but the new Asuka, the new look Asuka, Kana from Stardom, going up against the EST for the Raw Women's title at Mania. Oh boy, that's going to be a one-man fight.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be a woman fight at WrestleMania, no doubt about it. I mean, you got. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, Bianca Belair has a chance to really solidify herself, especially when she won the SmackDown Women's title 2 years ago against Sasha Banks, and of course winning the Raw Women's title at last year's WrestleMania against Becky Lynch, and now she has a chance to really solidify herself against Asuka. But for Asuka, I mean, she really has a huge chip on her shoulder, because look what's gone down the time she's competed at WrestleMania. I mean, first time was 34 when she had her undefeated streak come to an end thanks to Charlotte Flair. And then WrestleMania 36 in the Performance Center, her and Kairi Sane lost the women's tag team titles to Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, and then the following year she lost the Raw Women's title to Rhea Ripley. So there's a huge chip on the shoulder for Asuka. So can she finally break through and finally have her first WrestleMania moment?
Yes.
Oh, I think it will, but we'll have to wait and see as we get closer and closer to WrestleMania. So this was a really good chamber match. I mean, it definitely could have been better, but I mean, everybody I thought did really good. I mean, there were some rough spots, but all in all, I enjoyed it. So 3.5 stars is my rating for this. So there's really nothing more to say except Fletch. Let's move on.
All right, next fight of the evening, it was Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley wins the match by disqualification due to Brock Lesnar getting caught in the Hurt Lock and did the most undeceiving thing that you can do, hitting Bobby Lashley below the belt in front of the referee. Bell time. Disqualification. This would have been the Anthony Florio saying that was absolutely brilliant. What a move by Brock Lesnar to get out of that predicament, while I'd probably be screaming, yelling, and absolutely going off, saying that was reprehensible. How could Brock do that? That is absolutely criminal what he just did. But Anthony Florio, it is yours. I know you and I would have had a lot of fun with that ending, but oh man.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could unleash hell on this. I really could. But I'll be nice. I'll give it about 1. This was obviously the worst fight of the night. There is no question about that. Okay. It accomplished absolutely nothing, first and foremost. And you made Brock look like a monster. That's obvious. Enraged, Brock Lesnar attacked Bobby Lashley and referee Chad Patton, Raw senior referee Chad Patton, mind you, leaving both men lying following F5s onto the commentary table. I feel bad for poor Chad Patton. I mean, I'm sure he's probably going to be out of tomorrow night's show because they're probably going to have him sell the effects of that. So don't be surprised if we don't see him tomorrow night in Ottawa for Raw. The Beast wreaking havoc and leaving carnage in its wake was an interesting follow-up to the finish we got here. Here was a guy in so much trouble in the grasp of Lashley's hurt lock that he had to rely on a low blow. Yet he was booked moments later, looked like a furious and unstoppable badass. If Triple H and company wanted to get us to Lashley versus Bray Wyatt without having Brock either pin or submit, maybe don't book the guy whose desperation lost him the match to then look like a dominant monster seconds later. Looking toward the future, the question now becomes, what does the Beast do at WrestleMania 39? Because his prospects appear somewhat limited. Perhaps Triple H revisits that Lesnar-Gunther stare down at the Royal Rumble, even though that's kind of not what I want. I want to see Gunther versus Sheamus and McIntyre at Mania and that triple threat. That's the rumor going around. That's what I want to see. I'm sure these guys want to see it too. I don't know. Lesnar attacked from the opening bell with an overhead suplex. Each competitor traded finishers, as is to be expected in a Lesnar match. And Corey Graves on commentary said it's not about style points as the battle of heavyweights went on. And then after the match, Lesnar took his frustration out on referee Chad Patton. Yeah, okay. 1 star for the effort. I'm being generous on this. I have every right to give this a dud. Honestly, I could, but I'll give it 1 for the effort. But it is the worst fight of the night. That I can say with the utmost confidence. So, very disappointed. So there isn't much for me to say on this. So Michael Bullock, we were expecting a Be a Man fight, and it ends in only 5 minutes with a low blow disqualification. Accomplished absolutely nothing. What now?
Well, first off, Florio, I wholeheartedly agree. You are way too generous with your rating. 1 star? No.
We should pull the trigger on this and give it a dud. Right?
I'm pulling the damn trigger. I don't care what anybody says. This was an absolute DUD dud. Worst fight of the night. I mean, everything. I mean, we expected this to be a man fight, and it ends in 5 minutes with a low blow in front of the referee. No. It accomplished. Florio's right. It accomplished absolutely nothing, and now the question is, where does Brock Lesnar go from here? Because obviously you heard on SmackDown, Bray Wyatt said he wants to face the winner of whoever comes out of that match. Now it's Bobby Lashley. So Triple H and the creative team has got some major things to think about when it comes to Brock Lesnar, because I mean, as of right now, maybe they don't have anything for him because, like you said, Florio, I mean, I know maybe they want to revisit the Gunther and Brock Lesnar. I don't want to see that. I would rather see the rumor match between Gunther and Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in a triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. That I can go for. But this doesn't accomplish anything for anybody. It makes, I mean, and I heard a certain rumor regarding this match that Brock Lesnar once again went off script. So I don't know what the hell is going on with this.
Yeah.
So dud, worst fight of the night. I can go off even further, but I'm not going to do that. Fletch, it is yours.
All right. I'm gonna lay it all out on the table first. I totally agree with Michael Bullock. This is a dud. Worst fight of the night. Brock apparently went off script. I don't know at what point he did, I don't know where he went off script, but he did, and Hunter is not happy about it. He was very pissed, according to some reports in the back. Now, can't confirm anything about it or what happened, but that was that. As far as what could happen at WrestleMania, I believe the plan is right now is have the triple threat between Gunther, Sheamus, and McIntyre for the IC title. I would say if you really want to do a triple threat between Wyatt, Brock, and Bobby Lashley. That's the only.
I heard that.
And that's the only necessary way to rectify what was a dumpster fire from last night. You heard it. Bray Wyatt issued the challenge to Bobby Lashley and Brock that the winner that he would want to face the winner at WrestleMania. Technically, you can't give it to Bobby Lashley because technically that was not really a victory worthy of that type of an opportunity. Therefore, for me personally, I would say let's do it that way. Do a triple threat. Let these three go at it and let the brawl happen at WrestleMania. So that would be my personal thought. But I'm going to wage that war another day and another time. All right. So with that said, let's move on to Beth Phoenix and Edge versus the Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley, winners of the bout in 13 minutes and 50 seconds. Beth Phoenix and Edge. All right. Michael Bullock front and center. They win it in 13:50.
All right. Well, I didn't get to see the end. Now, how did the ending go? Who pinned who?
Apparently, it was Finn Balor getting pinned by Edge. The men ended the fight.
All right. Well, here's the thing, Fletch. I mean, remember what we said that if they lost, if the Judgment Day lost, then it would kill the momentum. But here's the thing. Rhea Ripley did not get pinned.
No, she was not. She was a non-factor.
Yeah, because that's the thing. And I think the thing is, and maybe they're trying to protect her and try to still make her look like the threat to Charlotte Flair. So, and if Rhea Ripley had gotten pinned, Fletch, then I would go on the record and say this killed the momentum. That's just my personal opinion. So I'm going to give this about maybe 3.25 for this match. I mean, it was a fine match. I mean, the outcome was a little bit of a surprise. I mean, to see Edge and Beth Phoenix go over, but to me, having Finn Balor take the pinfall was the right call because here's the thing. Finn Balor's already gotten one on the Edge, going back to Extreme Rules. Now you give Edge the win back. Obviously, it's in the mixed tag team. It's all even. So you know that there's going to be a rubber match. And we all know where that rubber match is going to happen.
Yeah.
WrestleMania. Inside, as we talked about, it's going to be inside Hell in a Cell. So the thing is, I'm actually okay with this because Rhea Ripley did not take the pinfall. So you don't lose that momentum that she has going into her match with Charlotte Flair. And you have Finn Balor take the pinfall, so it basically gives, all right, Finn Balor's 1-1, Edge is 1-1. Now you got a rubber match. So I'm cool with it. So I don't know where you guys stand, but that's just how I see it. So 3.25. It is yours, Fletch.
3 stars. I disagree with everything you just said, Michael Bullock, because if you really watch the match, Rhea Ripley had a moment in the match and she did good, but Beth Phoenix got more offense than she should have gotten in this fight. And there was almost a moment where Beth almost got the victory on Rhea. So, no, I think they did stunt her growth a little. Not a lot, but a little. They try to get Dominic Mysterio involved in the fight, which I guess fine, but that was kind of a nuclear heat type moment for Dominic Mysterio to get involved. I just don't understand why they would do, why I think it should have been just a straight straight tag team. I don't think you needed that interference, but whatever the case may be, that's what it was. To me, it was still a fine match. I just thought the way to get to the end was a little rough for me, to be real honest with you. But it is what it is. I got nothing more to say. The right team won. I guess you could say the right team won, even though I kind of feel like it was kind of, yeah. But it is what it is. Florio, it's yours.
All right. Agree to disagree here. In one sense, I agree with Bullock because Rhea did not get the fall. Rhea didn't take the fall. On the other hand, I agree with MF because of the fact that Rhea did lose a little bit of momentum there, and I was a little surprised with the outcome there, with Edge and Beth winning. I mean, I kind of felt the Judgment Day should have won this match, but originally it felt as though we were heading for a showdown between Balor and Edge at WrestleMania. Instead, the finish here would suggest that's now off the table. Beth Phoenix versus Rhea Ripley feels like a match WWE can revisit at any point, but unless there is some follow-up tomorrow night that rehabilitates Balor's momentum and presents him as a threat to Edge, it would appear they are heading in separate directions following the definitive finish. Edge, like Natalya earlier in the show, got the home country pop from the Montreal fans. Ripley and Phoenix's initial showdown felt like a big match, something expertly built to by the creative team. The derogatory chants toward Dominic were relentless and proof of how well his character has gotten over as a heel with audiences. Phoenix delivered a huge Phoenix
Oh man, we just lost Anthony Florio.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I get there had to be something wrong on his end.
Yeah, because he was cutting out bad.
Yeah, he was cutting in and out very badly. So yeah, you wonder if he has to like restart his computer and maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
All right. Hopefully he'll come back. If he does, then we'll catch him up on what he missed. But for the time being, we're just going to continue on, folks. So, hang on. There we go. We got him back.
As I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by that drop. There was something. There was something that went down at the press conference after the show, but we're going to save it for the next match. So, but for me, this was 3.5 stars, fun match, and I kind of felt that Rhea did lose a small bit of momentum because of Beth dominating her on the outside, setting up the finish. But I think Rhea will be fine. I still think Rhea's going to win the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania, and then she'll become a big part of Team Blue, and that'll make the SmackDown Women's division even better. So, yeah, 3.5 stars for me. And now we move on to the men's Elimination Chamber match for the United States Heavyweight Championship. And I'm going to reveal some fun commentary moments that MF and I had on this in just a moment. So MF set it up.
Sure, it was Austin Theory putting the title on the line against Bronson Reed, Damian Priest, Johnny Gargano, Montez Ford, and Seth freaking Rollins, the winners of the bout, in 31 minutes and 30 seconds, and still the United States Heavyweight Champion, Austin Theory. Excellent match, great battle. This was by far the best of the two Elimination Chamber matches, but there was a tainted ending. It came down to Seth Rollins and to Austin Theory at the end, and then Logan freaking Paul shows up and screws over Seth Rollins. All right, I get it. It makes the storyline whole. It gives, now we're going to get Paul versus Rollins at WrestleMania. The belt is not on the line. I think that's a fun little thing for us. But why the hell would you have him interfere in the chamber fight? Why? It didn't need that. No point did it need it. For me, this was in the realm of 4.5 stars. I got to knock it down to maybe four and a quarter because of the ending. It didn't need that ending. It was a Bush League ending, a bullcrap ending, and I'm not happy about it because you had great performances in the entire Elimination Chamber throughout the thing. Floyd will talk about it in just a minute. I'm just annoyed with the way that the booking went, and I'm sorry. WWE, I gotta call you out on this. I know you're trying to set up Rollins versus Logan Paul for WrestleMania. You could have done it in any other different way. Maybe do it at the press conference. Have Logan Paul show up to interrupt Seth freaking Rollins. Not during the chamber fight. Chamber matches are sacred matches. There should be no bull funky garbage at the end. There should be no interference. There should be no, no chicanery, no shenanigans. I'm pissed. I'm sorry. I'm angry. I did not like this one bit. Florio, go.
4 to 4.25 stars. I 100% agree with MF. BS ending. I 100% agree with you on that. We had an all-timer here. And you had to go and have that pretty boy douche turd come in and do that? No. Absolutely freaking not. I mean, I get that you want to set it up, but you got 6 freaking weeks to set it up. What is wrong with you? MF, permission to unleash hell?
Permission granted.
What the bleep are you thinking? Stupid idiots. My God. I mean, we had an all-timer here, and you had to go and pull this nonsense here? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. MF, I mean, you're upset? Oh, no. Oh, no. I was about to go 97 Bret Hart on this, but I'm not, because frustrating was not the word to describe this.
Well, guess what, Florio? You got another guest coming to the dinner table, because I'm gonna join you and Fletch on this one, but I'm gonna channel my inner Undertaker on this one, especially the time when he was, remember the time when he was looking for Ric Flair and he went off on that guy?
Yeah.
But he was like, "Where's Ric Flair's office?" Ric Flair, the caller of the company, your boss, where is he? His office.
No, I'm going Hulk Hogan.
Was that so hard? Damn it!
Yeah, Hulk Hogan, when he was looking for Macho Man on that main event. That's how I felt. Took away from what was going to be an all-timer here. This thing was on the verge of near 5 almost, but 4 to 4.25 though. That I will say. Get to my analysis here, and then we'll get into the commentary moments with MF here. Okay. Beyond the obvious setup for Seth Rollins and Logan Paul at WrestleMania and another sneaky victory for top Raw heel Austin Theory, This was an extraordinary match that instantly ranked among the best of its kind. Bronson Reed shook off iffy crowd reactions and benefited from being booked like an unstoppable force. He was dominant, physical, and looked like the beast that he was in New Japan and Impact Wrestling during his time away as Jonah. Damian Priest shined. Johnny Gargano looked like the guy we all know him to be. And Montez Ford shattered any and all expectations. This was a very NXT-ish chamber match with a steady build, the big spots, and everyone involved having the chance to shine rather than being set dressing for the one or two guys who actually matter. This was great, gave us a taste of a big WrestleMania match, and strengthened the Raw brand through expert booking. Reed powered up Rollins and Gargano for a fallaway slam Samoan drop combo. Ford springboarded into a dropkick on Gargano, who took Reed over with a poison Rana in a scary spot. Ford dangled from the ceiling of the structure before dropping into a dive that wiped all of his opponents out. Gargano delivered a Hurricane Rana to Rollins off a pod and onto Theory, Priest, and Ford below. An injury angle led to the chamber door being left open so Logan Paul could hit the ring, lay Rollins out, and set up the finish. And all right, a couple of three great commentary moments that came out of this. First things first. MF, we're gonna have fun with this now. Montez Ford climbing up to the top of the chamber there, the little dome thing, like a little spider monkey, a la, like John Morrison did in 2011. We all remember that. And MF were like, what is he doing? What is he? I'm like, MF like, Tez, what are you doing, homie? And then I'm like, your guess is as good as mine. And then he drops off, and then MF just screams out, look at this. And I just couldn't believe it. And MF just, and MF brought it back. He brought back the legendary, I'm done. I am not believing this match right now. That was until Johnny Gargano, that spot where Gargano took Rollins over with that little Hurricane Rana. MF just screams out, Johnny. And then MF goes, no mas. That's it. It's over. MF was, you were awesome there, MF. Awesome. But then that mood quickly turned into Gorilla Monsoon, miscarriage of justice when Logan Paul showed up. And the legendary, what's the meaning of this? And hey, Fletch, I'll tell you what the meaning of this is. Logan Paul wants Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And then when Theory and then as Rockin' Rod Zapata was counting the fall for Theory to retain, MF just lets out a miscarriage of justice and a great ending to what was a horrible ending to what was an amazing match. So it's overall 4.5, but we got to bump it down to about 4 to 4.25 though. It was the second best fight of the night. It was an incredible match up until the ending. If the ending didn't happen, we would have been talking an all-timer here. But that's all I can say on that. So, MF, I hope I nailed the commentary parts as accurately as I could, because you were awesome, as usual. So, all right. So, with that, 4 to 4.25 stars. Yes. There was that part I wanted to, I was going to get into earlier, but I'm going to get into it now. Remember when I said something about the press conference? Austin Theory said he was going to issue an open challenge for the United States Heavyweight Championship. And somebody actually answered it. The Rated R Superstar Edge. So it looks like we're going to be getting Austin Theory versus Edge for the United States Heavyweight Championship tomorrow night on Raw in Ottawa. Whoa. Edge never held the WWE version of the United States Heavyweight Championship. When he won the U.S. title, it was the WCW version during the Invasion angle. So, is there a chance? I don't know. We're going to have to wait and find out. Because if they do Theory versus Cena, does it really need the title? MF was talking about Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. That sure as hell doesn't need a title. Does Theory versus Cena need a title? No, not really, if I'm going to be honest with you. But if Theory is the champion going into that match, Theory has to go over. Because I'm hearing rumors that is the plan, that they want to do Theory versus Cena for the U.S. title at Mania. Theory retains, and then it starts a main event push for Austin Theory. which I'd be all for. So we'll have to wait and find out. So 4 to 4.25, even though it was a 4.5 star overall match. Despite the ending there with that pretty boy douche turd coming out. So not much more for me to say. Michael Bullock, I mean, other than that, what an incredible chamber match from Montez Ford doing what he did on the ceiling to that awesome spot with Gargano taking over Rollins and dumping down on everybody. MF's epic commentary. How do you follow all that?
Well, and I was thinking of another thing of that I could show my angry way. Remember that promo with Macho Man leading up to the match with him and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 5? When he said, "You see these eyes? These are filled with complete and utter rage."
I was thinking, if you're gonna do a Macho Man, if you're gonna be an angry Macho Man, WrestleMania 8 after the Ric Flair match, done.
I mean, 4 stars. I agree with it. I mean, this was 4.5 stars until that pretty boy douchebag turd, Logan Paul, had the nerve to show up. I mean, why WWE? Why in the blue hell would you do this? I mean, this is an Elimination Chamber match. It didn't need this kind of interference. I mean, oh my God. I mean, is Vinnie Mac somewhere behind the scenes controlling it? Because I don't know about you guys, but this is a Vince McMahon move, because
Agreed.
only someone like him would pull off something like this, because this is totally ridiculous. It is uncalled for. I mean, yeah, this is just why would you? I mean, this was so awesome. It was teetering on. It was at 4.5, but then you had to pull this bullshit from. I don't know. This is just it's totally ridiculous. And I mean, I understand they're trying to build Rollins versus Logan Paul. I get it. But and you're exactly right, Florio. You have 6 weeks to build this feud, and you decide to do it this way? No, no, no. It's utterly ridiculous. It's just so. Oh, and to whoever pulled this move, you guys are nothing more than a bunch of idiots! Because as a wrestling fan, I am totally beyond pissed about this. This kind of stuff just gets my blood boiling. Whoever pulled this bullshit move, you guys ought to be ashamed of yourselves. I'm done. I'm done with this bullshit. As a wrestling fan, I am absolutely beyond pissed about this. It was still a good match, but you literally had to take away from it by inserting this fucking turd in the. I don't know. I'm done. I'm done with this. It's yours, Fletch.
All right. So now we're off to the main event of the evening, as it was Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn. Roman Reigns successfully defends the undisputed WWE Universal Championship in 32 minutes and 20 seconds. Anthony Florio, you lead off on the main event of the evening.
All right. If I'm overrating this, I don't give a damn. I'm pulling the trigger on this. This was a 5-star classic. I don't give a damn. Why? Because this was professional wrestling perfection. With emotions so incredibly high and expectations through the roof, it would have been easy for WWE to fumble the bag and present a main event that failed Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, the fans, and everyone else who has been involved with the best storyline the company has presented in decades. Instead, Triple H and his creative team oversaw a match that was simply perfect. It was a dramatic masterpiece. Roman Reigns is the master of the near fall, shooting his shoulder off the mat at the last possible second to maximize the reaction. With the crowd as hot as it was, it only enhanced it. Then there was the appearance by Jimmy Uso, who blindly helped Reigns and nearly cost Zayn before the resilient challenger kicked out at 2. By the time Jey Uso arrived and refused to hit Zayn with a chair, but also would not blast his cousin, the Montreal fans had all they could handle. An errant kick from Sami to the right-hand man and a spear from Reigns ended the championship aspirations of the hometown hero, but the night was not completely lost. Kevin Owens appeared, laid out Jimmy, and left Reigns for one last Haluva kick from Zayn, who stood tall in the center of the ring to close out the show. There will be some who take exception to the fact that Zayn lost, but it was fairly obvious that WWE has planned for Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for WrestleMania and has no intention of changing it, and nor should it. The story has always been about Zayn and Jey, who started as rivals before developing a friendship that's now in question after the events of the last month. Their story will define what they do at the show of shows, but it will still be eagerly anticipated. On a night when the weight of the world was on the shoulders of Reigns and Zayn, they delivered an instant classic that will be on many year-end award lists 10 months from now and recapped in best-of lists for years to come. This isn't recency talking, nor is it biased to brand or performer. It was pro wrestling excellence, and everyone involved should be extremely proud of what they have accomplished. The emotion accompanying Sami's entrance was palpable and aided even more so by the presence of his wife at ringside for the momentous bout. Reigns taunted Sami's family, telling his wife, "I just wanted us to work together." Zayn rocked Reigns with a Superman punch of his own, then followed with a Haluva kick for one of the closest near falls you will see, literally 2 and 99 100ths. Roman's last-second kick out is set for GOAT territory after this one. Jey appeared and refused to use a steel chair on Sami, but he ate an errant kick for his troubles. The fans' silence after the match reflected their expectations of a Reigns win, but was still telling of just how much they wanted their hero to emerge with the titles. Owens stepped aside, allowing Sami to deliver one last strike to Reigns. KO did not stick around, though, conveying the idea of unrepaired issues between the two. But, yeah, I know I'm probably going to be the only one on this, but I don't give a damn. This was a 5-star classic because of the way it was presented and the crowd, commentary, the whole nine. Maybe interference here, but it was warranted. And there may have been a couple of ref bumps, but you know, you can't have interference without ref bumps. So, but anyways, masterclass. That's all there is to it. And this is right now my early match of the year for 2023 so far. 5 stars. I don't give a damn. If anybody, if either one of you guys disagree with me on it, that's fine. Whatever, I can understand it. But for me, I still felt it was perfection based on the overall presentation, the overall story, the crowd, commentary, and that's it. 5 stars. It's my match of the night. It's my match of the year for right now, although we still have a long way to go. So not much more for me to say here. Michael Bullock, professional wrestling perfection last night.
I'm actually with you, Florio, on this one. This to me was 5 stars as well. I mean, the wrestling was just so good. The crowd was just into it. I mean, yeah, you had some interference, but the thing is, this whole match told a story. I mean, especially with Sami Zayn being the hometown boy, and you saw, guys, when Roman came out, he got the John Cena treatment. He was, I mean, there was not one cheer for Roman. Everybody in Montreal was booing the living daylights out of him. I mean, that that definitely reminded me of Money in the Bank 2011, no doubt. And yet, not just the wrestling, but the Shakespearean drama, the storytelling, it all adds up to 5 stars. I know there's going to be some who disagree with me and Florio's rating, and I don't know where Fletch stands, but yeah, I mean, it all adds up to 5 stars. I mean, yeah, Kevin Owens came out at the end to help fend off the bloodline. I mean, you could tell there's still maybe some unresolved issues with him and Sami Zayn, but I'm telling you this right now, those issues will get resolved because the writing's on the wall. Because WrestleMania, it's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn against the Usos for the undisputed tag team titles. And I believe this is where the reign ends for the Usos. And don't worry, Montreal fans. I mean, Sami Zayn didn't get his moment, but I'll tell you right now, he's going to get his moment. But it will be at WrestleMania. And he will solidify with his first ever WrestleMania moment. So, I'm with Florio on this one. 5 stars. Hands down the fight of the night. So, there's really nothing more to say. Fletch, it is yours.
Yeah, this was an incredible main event. I'll give you the 5. It's a reluctant 5, but I'll give it 5 nonetheless because of the storyline, because of everything, because of what went down. Honestly, I feel like if Sammy didn't hit Jimmy Uso now, or Jey Uso, I could say, maybe he would turn on the bloodline. I think now it does give the story that Jay's gonna feel like you hit me deliberately. That's gonna be the provocation for him to go after him now. That he could not be trusted in the bloodline. That he could not have been trusted after all. You're gonna see a manipulation of it, and Roman's gonna do a great job of manipulating Jey Uso by saying, "You see, you stuck your neck out for Sammy, and what did he do? He kicked you in the face in that situation." He's like, "We're family. We've been your real family. We've been on your side the whole time." So he's going to throw that manipulation. So that's how you could get to the tag team fight at WrestleMania. I don't know if you got a number of scenarios, how you're going to play this, whatever you want to do, but the storyline, everything, and you felt it in the moment. I was on the Discord chat with a whole bunch of my friends, and we were feeling the same way. We're like, man, we were rooting for Sammy. We wanted Sammy to win that fight. And then all of a sudden, you had that moment where it looked like there was that moment where Sammy was going to go for it. We had the 1, the 2, and we all were like, oh my God, we almost did it. And then we're like, one of my friends is like, make the right choice, make the right choice, make the right choice. And with Jey Uso. And we're all thinking, oh no, here comes Jay's going to turn. Jay never turned, but then Sammy hits Jey Uso, and we're like, no, Sammy, no. Sure enough, there came the spear, and then we're like, yeah, that's it. 1, 2, 3, and I was like, the champion remains the champion, and you could hear a pin drop in Montreal. Now, as the heel commentator for that, I would have played off that sorrow and that sadness, and I would have stuck it to Anthony Florio so hardcore it wouldn't even be funny, because of the fact that this is where I would have gone anti commentator, and he's had the love for the Hart family, he's got the love for Canada, and then I would have said something to the lines of that, well, one of your heroes just lost. Like the Canadians, they can't win crap anymore. So I would have thrown some kind of heat, nuclear heat type promo there just for the heck of it. But man, what a match! What a main event! No,
I got another one, Fletch. Sami Zayn choked just like the Montreal Canadiens choke in the playoffs for so many years.
yeah, I probably would have done that. But like I said, I would have gone nuclear heat just to say whatever. But anyway, it was a hell of a main event. There's no doubt about it. I was truly happy with it. And yeah, so Mike, let's get into the overall review. And Michael Bullock, you lead off, my friend.
You know what? You had its. I mean, I thought it was a good elimination chamber, but the thing is, I mean, from the finish of the men's elimination chamber to that absolute dud, it did take some away from it. So I have to go 7.5 to 8 on this one. I mean, if it weren't for all that, I could have given it a much higher rating, but 7.5 to 8 is the best I can do. I mean, Fight of the Night was obviously the undisputed Universal title match. The men's elimination chamber was the best of the two chamber matches, with the exception of that BS finish that really rubbed me the wrong way. That absolute dud with Lesnar and Lashley, which we all expected it to be a man fight, but to end in 5 minutes just like that with a low blow, it rubbed me the wrong way too. So 7.5 to 8 is the best I can do. So it is yours, Fletch.
MF, are you there?
Fletch, you there?
Oh, I don't know if he stepped away or anything. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
Amazing elimination chamber, an amazing night, an amazing event. I'm gonna say it. This was 9 out of 10. I think the only downs were the Lesnar fight, and yeah, I'll even say it. Even one of the other things, and that was it. There's really nothing more to add. It was incredible. It was brilliant. It was amazing. I really got nothing more to say. Anthony Florio. Actually, no. Yes, Florio, it is yours. So 9 out of 10 for me. You got final say.
It's a 9 out of 10 for me as well, MF. I'm with you on this one. That main event is an instant classic. Go out of your way to see it. If you missed the show or you're pressed for time, go out of your way to see that main event out, because that was the absolute. That was, like I said, perfection. Men's chamber match, second best fight of the night. Women's chamber third, mixed tag four, and obviously the dud of the night obviously was Lesnar and Lashley, and I'm gonna make that a dud for me as well. So we'll make it an absolute. We're gonna unanimously call a dud on that one. So it lived up to the hype that we knew it would, and now the big question is, can the 2-night WrestleMania 39 live up to the unbelievable hype that we're already experiencing as of right now? If last night's any indication, gentlemen, we could be in for an all-timer when it comes to WrestleManias. Just saying.
Yeah.
So with that, MF, let's put the bow on this thing, and let's hit him with that future content.
Yeah, so here's the future content tomorrow night, Ridiculously Raw, hosted by Anthony Florio, where we got Anthony Florio talking about Monday Night Raw. I believe you got a special Tony's Take here, Florio, this week?
Yep.
Well, unfortunately, I can't hear Anthony. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's got mic issues.
I think he's starting to break up again.
Yeah, he did. He did. All right. So he's got a special Tony's take, so we'll let him do that. I think there's a big pay-per-view for Impact Wrestling this week, so we'll have him preview that. Then on Wednesday Night Madness, as usual. Thursday is we got TXN Sports World. We got a lot to do with that. Of course, the NBA All-Star Game and everything else. We got a lot to talk about. All-Star Saturday Night and the game itself, and we're gonna have some other stuff along the way. And then after that, we will get into Cerebral Smack Talk, and that is where we'll have SmackDown Live, we'll have AEW Rampage, and I also got a special Mikey's Mindset as not only was there the big wrestling show this past week where we had a whole bunch of things that happened, not only WWE, but there was a New Japan show, the Battle of the Valley, that was in San Jose. So we got that going on. Then, of course, we'll preview the RWA Renegade Rumble. We'll have all the matches, and we'll have everything going on. So there's really nothing more to say. We're going to do Anthony Floyo's show. That's going to be going down on Friday. That's going to be going down on tomorrow night, 11 p.m. Eastern, immediately after Monday Night Raw is over. For Anthony Floyo, for Michael Bullock, I am Michael Fletcher. So long, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow night. Bye-bye.